Amal Salih is, how would you define that? Something which is according to Quran and Sunnah. Life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have to look at his life. What an energy level he carried. Did he procrastinate? No. Like we remember this one incident, he was praying, and the moment he got done with his prayer, he rushed to his house. The companions, they were like sort of worried what actually happened. And then he said that a thought crossed my mind when I was praying, then there is something that needs to be delivered to someone, and I didn't want to miss that opportunity. I thought I'll forget it, so I immediately rushed after praying to hand it over to that person. It's like your friend says, please bring me a book or bring me something, and for days and days we say, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot, I'm so sorry. Acha, please remind me in the evening and then I will do it. And you have to send constant reminders. Even then, that doesn't get done. So, 2 things you have to work on yourself. Iman, bring in peace. That's the starting point, and that's a very easy point. Just be peaceful about telling yourself, yes, what is right, and I should be fine with that. I should not oppose something which is right, which is principled. And then I have to look at the life of the Prophet ﷺ and see how he practiced things. So if I start practicing those things, I'll be far away from procrastination and delaying things. I just need to see his life, how he did it. He would be engaged with his family, enjoying, relaxing. Suddenly he would hear azan. What would he do? Immediately shut off from there and move towards praying. What we are doing is we are delaying. Achha, coffee pee le, ab khana kha le, ab dessert kha le, ab enjoy kar le, ab let me complete this talk. Achha, ab thoda aur lazy. And then like, achha, the time is gone, so maybe I'll pray Zohar with Asr. And kal se, inshallah, from tomorrow. He never did that. So we should not also engage in something like that. The next 2 tasks, haqq, wa tawassaw bil haqq. We should propagate the right thing in society. We should reach on time. So when you give me the time, I'm supposed to be there. And if for some reason there is a delay, I'm supposed to inform you myself. So we need to practice the right thing ourselves. And that gives pressure to people to do the right thing. When you're working in groups, a group assignment, we need to do the right thing. It's not like he or she is procrastinating, so I will also procrastinate. Tum nahi kar rahi, to main bhi nahi kar rahi. Why? I need to do it on time. And then sabr. Sabr is, patience is, it has 3 qualities. You need to keep working on 3 qualities. Number 1, be persistent in doing good deeds. Someone doing it or not doing it, it's not my problem. I will do the right thing. Number 2, be persistent in keeping yourself safe from the wrong. Just because there are people who are doing wrong shouldn't make me do the wrong thing. If I don't do that, I'll safeguard myself from procrastination. Number 3, having emotional stability. These are the 3 important traits of someone who says, I have a lot of patience, I do sabr. You will keep doing good no matter what. You will keep abstaining from bad no matter what. And you will keep working on your emotional intelligence. Your anger management, your depression, your anxiety, all those negative traits. This is what Surah Al-Asr tells us. And then we find out from a narration of the Prophet ﷺ that a man's feet will not move on the day of resurrection before he answers these questions. What are the questions? One is about your life. How did you spend your time? In what activities did you spend your time? How did you consume that time? Then, what knowledge did you get? Ilman nafiyan, the beneficial knowledge you had, and how you practice that knowledge. And obviously we do understand the most prime thing for us from the knowledge perspective is Quran, understanding the life of the Prophet ﷺ, and then all the beneficial knowledges. If I studied biology, chemistry, physics, social sciences, how did they help me become a better individual? How did I apply them in my life? Or I just hated the subject? I'm going to be answerable for that. Then my wealth. How did I earn it? Even if it's a pocket money. And where did I spend it? How was my spending? And then my body. Allah has given me a body. How did I use my body? The talents and intellect and all the good qualities that have been given to me. So then imagine for a minute if you hold yourself accountable for all these things. Would you be procrastinating? No. You would keep very good check on yourself. And Prophet ﷺ used to make this dua, "Oh Allah, bless my ummah in their early rising." So people who have early rising, they do not procrastinate. In the lifestyle medicine we studied, if there is a marked difference between your weekday activities and weekend activity, that is your eating pattern, your physical activity pattern, your sleeping pattern, then related to your health and the rest of the things, if there's marked difference, then you're not healthy. You won't be emotionally sound and you will have a lot of diseases. So there is no concept of weekend sleep, weekend junk time. For us, every day is a special day. And we treat that day like any other day. If we want to stay healthy in our body and mind. And that is why our deen also gives us this concept of 5 daily prayers. If you decide for yourself, this is something I'm going to do between Fajr and Zohar, then Zohar and Asr and Maghrib and Isha. And then wake up for Tahajjud. So inshallah, I'll be able to achieve a lot. You can maximize your time. You can maximize your potentials. Because this time is a very precious commodity that has been given to us. And Prophet ﷺ used to make this dua, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal kasal. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from incapability and laziness. So we need to make that dua. If I procrastinate, it's not like I just cry on the social media and pretend not to care in front of my family members. And each day I'm dying inside. I need to make those desperate du'as to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah can help you, show you, guide you and pull you out of that misery. But practically what else you can do? You need to make a to-do list every day. You must have that list with you. And in that to-do list, what you do is you exactly write down what you want to achieve each day. And then you need to have baby steps for that. You need to identify your own red flags. I have nothing to do today, so I'll just relax. No. It's a big flag for me, because if I have nothing to do that day, what will happen? I will procrastinate. Because so when you don't procrastinate, and even if you have an empty slot, you know how to use it. And then you have to eliminate distractions, especially at the times when you have to work. And for us, the biggest distraction for us is our phone. Checking your Insta and TikTok or whatever social media account you use all the time. Ab kya notification hai? Ab kya ho raha hai? Ab kya ho raha hai? Or how many likes, how many comments I'm getting? Or what are my peers or friends talking about? So that is not going to help you at all. So eliminate those distractions. When you're actually doing serious work, tell yourself, I'll finish the work and then I'll do it. And then appreciate yourself when you achieve even 1%. Because we don't just eat smash burgers, we smash our personalities as well. We're totally into that attitude. I never do anything. So you will then end up procrastinating more. What you need to do is, you need to tell yourself, even if I achieved 1%, good job. Why? If you achieve 1% every day, where will you be after 1 year? 365%. You won't be 100%. So that's how you have to see your progress. If I do 1%, good. Because again, we live in this society where people say, Kiya kya hai tumne? What have you done? Nothing. So you need to learn to appreciate yourself. And there are times when we know that we are procrastinating, but we are not able to help ourselves with that. So in that, what we do is you analyze the pattern. First of all, you admit I'm procrastinating. You tell yourself, I know it will be a little painful for me to admit, but I am procrastinating. Number one. Number two, then you ask yourself the reasons. We've just talked about all the reasons. What are the possible reasons? Why did I do it? You will find out, for example, my mom or my dad, they always say nasty things to me. Mera mood kharab ho jata hai. So it means I'm not to blame my parents. It's because of my mood. We have just made a checklist. Because usually what we do is, if you go into the blame game, things won't happen. You have to save yourself from blaming people or situation. What you have to see is, okay, because of the situation, when my mom or my dad, they were saying something to me, my mood got spoiled, and then I don't feel like doing anything. So then you talk to yourself and you tell yourself that, you don't work according to the mood. Like you don't eat according to your mood. People who eat and work according to their mood, they will procrastinate. Dil nahi cha raha. I will have my breakfast, dil cha raha ya nahi cha raha. So then the chances of me procrastinating is going to be less. And then what you do is you identify your hurdles. What are your big blocks? For example, last time you tried to do it, you did not achieve anything, or you did not appreciate yourself for what you were doing. Maybe you did not identify the baby steps. Maybe you did not set the milestones for it. So you need to sort of dissect and analyze the situation and then start working on that 1%. Identify that 1%, appreciate yourself for that 1%, and then ultimately the things will start getting better for you. Now, ye bhi hota hai. What you're doing is you sort of pump up yourself and you start working on something, but it fizzles out soon. Because again, we have to be constant learners. Like I read every day. In my student life, and till I became a Quran student, I was such a bad reader. But now I read every day, 2 pages every day. I still cannot read more than 2 pages. My mind starts wandering off here and there. So you have to be constant learner of Quran and constant learner of all the beneficial knowledges. All you have to do is, like even you can Google, you can open and read one article about something that is bothering you for the day. Okay? Because if we don't learn, we don't have that learning attitude, then we become stagnant. And that is one of the major problems. तो इस एटीट्यूड से आपने अगर अपने आप को बचाना है तो आपको हर वक्त सीखना है, लोगों से सीखना है. Then you have to hang out with the people who do not procrastinate much. Or if you see that, well, a lot of people or majority of people around me procrastinate and there's no way out for me, then you need to choose some mentors who don't procrastinate. You need to hang out with some teachers, or you need to look up at some people who don't. Okay? And then keep learning from them. For overthinking, what you do is, you have to write down the thoughts, and then you have to look at those thoughts, what are applicable and what are just ruminative pattern. You discard those thoughts, actually cancelling them out on the paper. I mean, it's not like my thoughts are not important, but in this moment, if I have a task to accomplish, let me focus on that rather than thinking about this, and I can think about it later on. And if you are constantly thinking, then you can give appointment to your thoughts. That's the best thing that you do. Like you tell yourself, okay, at 4 to 4:30 p.m. I'll think about everything. So 4 p.m. you have a cup of tea or coffee and you say, aa jao ji sari thoughts. Because that's going to consolidate or organize your mind, that this is the only time when you can overexpress yourself, but the rest of the time you have to focus on tasks at hand. Thoughts should be aligned with that task. For improving the focus, what you do is, you first of all remove all the distractions. Tell yourself what is the task I have to accomplish, and then look at your attention span. If your attention span, let's say, is 5 minutes, so you focus on that task for 6 minutes. And then after 6 minutes, you take 1 or 2 minute break. In that break, you do not go into any time waster. You cannot open your phone. You don't look at your social media. What you do is you get up from your table, you walk around, or you drink water. You have another task on which you were focusing, let's say reading a book or something. You read 1 page, 1 minute is done, then you come back for another 6 minutes on the same task that you were trying to accomplish. Then again, after 6 minutes, you focus on something else which is again healthy. Within few days, you will notice that 6 minutes become very easy for you. Now you increase your time to 7 or 8 minutes. And ultimately you will see that your attention span, your focus, your sustainability on any task will increase further. And make a lot of du'as for yourself. Dua is a weapon of the believer. Do not cry around to other people. Only make loads and loads of du'as. And you will see how miraculously things start happening for you. Only talk to experts. Do not go around talking to those people who cannot help you. Like your peers cannot help you unless they are expert in that field. We usually seek advice from our peers, friends, who are facing similar challenges and they don't even have answers. We should have mentors in our life who are expert in those fields and then they guide us. If you are underconfident, so you will procrastinate because you're not sure about yourself. That is why we add the element of appreciation over there. When you appreciate yourself, then your confidence level gets better. Because it's not people who look down on us, it's us who look down on our own self. We crush ourselves more than other people crushing us. We call ourselves stupid more often than other people calling us stupid. So that is why it is important that you appreciate yourself. You'll appreciate yourself, you'll feel uplifted. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.